All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Good afternoon, good evening to you guys. This is the 6 o'clock show, actually. Today's episode, we're gonna be talking about Drake's addictions. You know what I'm saying? And Drake is definitely a person that should be studied. Definitely should be studied. So we're gonna get right into it. Before I do that, I gotta get my spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. Ladies that are beautiful and single, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell merch, but I do have content and that's free. But if you want to donate, Cash App will be on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, they call me the hidden gem. And I guess I'm not too hidden anymore. I'm almost at 8,000 subscribers, and I'm really proud of it. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified. I drop shows 8, 12, and 6 every day except Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes I drop stuff on Saturday, but Sundays is my day off, and Saturday I particularly try to do some things, but So before I do all that, I'm just going to get right into it because I don't want to keep on, talking so much. So let's get right to it. I know why y'all here. Let's explore this video and see what they talking about.
I think that people have been making fun of him for such a long time that he has really internalized all that. And that dictates the way he probably moves behind the scenes. I'm your girl, and your girl, and your girl, because you treated me like this. You think I wasn't cool enough. He's been holding a lot close to the chest.
A lot of in the industry do not try to everybody's. That is not true. You introduce him to your girl, extra friendly, smiling.
And he do that
exchanging numbers
19, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 times. And it ain't just rappers. The athletes, the actors, the golfers, the executives, the tech people.
What is the real issue with you and marriage? Now I gotta dig in and see, what's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. And he never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this.
Since the beginning of his career, Drake's relationship with women has always been at the forefront of his music. Whether his songs were about going through a breakup, occasionally depicting himself as sensitive, or outright portraying himself as a simp, Drake seemed to genuinely admire women. But over time, things drastically changed until the point he morphed into the self-proclaimed certified lover boy. From venting his feelings.
That's another thing too that a lot of y'all don't understand. That's a legal term, certified lover boy. It's basically to manipulate women into falling in love with you and defending you. I think they try to get Andrew Tate on that. It's similar to what they call Stockholm Syndrome, I believe. You fall in love with your captors. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that that's what, well, obviously that's what certified lover boy is, but, basically saying I manipulate women to fall in love with me.
Loneliness to an ex on Marvin's Room, through to accusations of rampant misogyny on the 21 Savage assisted Her Loss. Even Drizzy's claim that the only woman he loves is his mom on God's Plan was a drastic departure from when he was actively trying to settle down. But where the good guy image was once intact and helped skyrocket his career to the top, that's long gone now and replaced with the perception that, as Kendrick said, Drizzy doesn't even like women. In fact, he only values them when it comes to sexual gratification and as a way to have a one-up on his enemies and friends. In short, there's now a belief that Drake has a serious sex addiction, which has basically created the predicament he finds himself in today.
He presents himself as like this smart, composed, thoughtful businessman, but your friends' girls, you're not them for them, by the way. There's tons of bad. You're not just doing it to get a nut. You're your man. That's what you're doing. It sounds crazy, but that's what it's about. I'm gonna do something that I know that I'm gonna have over you.
Oh, yeah,
forever.
okay, yeah.
Currently operating in a
I agree with that. That's 100% facts, and I think that that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? I think Drake uses his muscle to do this and get away with it. So like his mob ties or whatever you want to call it. In this way, he know he can get away with it. And plus, a lot of rappers have egos and they have inflated egos. And if you fuck one of their girls, they look at it like, well, rapper pretend like he don't care, but a good portion of them do care.
state that may fill a void inside him while deviating from the image that first made him successful, Drake has made it clear that he's not a one-woman man at this point in his life, nor does he plan to change that. And while that makes him no different from many other superstars, the problem for the Sixth God is that there's a feeling of spite and self-sabotage to how he goes about it that has nearly destroyed his career several times over. So, let's break down the roots of this addiction and how it's been hiding in plain sight for a long time now. When you pattern yourself as a ladies' man, it's really no surprise that you might ruffle some feathers or act impulsively when things don't go your way. Just look at what happened in the aftermath of Drake flying a fresh-faced Ice Spice out to OVO Fest, only to suddenly cut ties with her when it appeared he didn't get what he wanted out of it.
It's been speculated that Drake unfollowed you afterwards. Do you want to tell us some tea on that?
He did. I don't know why, though.
Shame on you, Drake. Shame on you. You shouldn't have done that.
Happy to ghost someone in an instant, Drake's objectives with...
You know exactly why. He wanted that ass. He wanted that red bone booty, boy, and he couldn't get it. And he was mad as shit because you wouldn't give him none. You know what I'm saying? He was mad.
Up-and-comers like Ice come into focus when you see how much he prides himself on being a bachelor. So, when he doesn't get his way, his superstardom allows him to move in a way without any consequences. And this behavior was further highlighted in an interview with Angie Martinez, where French Montana basically lifted the lid on how Drake operates.
Yes.
There's people with more reputation than me.
Drake is close. So you and Drake are friends.
Splash Bros. Snipe Squad. You know, he gave me the Snipe Squad thing. 10 rules, 10 Snipe commandments. Thou shalt not snipe a bro's ting. Thou shalt never pillow talk or discuss business with a ting. On any import from the United States, Canada, or any other region, thou shalt practice a maximum 3-day export rule to avoid frustration. You fly anybody in.
Yo, it's crazy how you dudes be. Y'all follow this dude and y'all say the things he say. And it's crazy. Ting. Bro, he's not Jamaican, bro. And this is nuts, yo. I don't care if you say, people jump in the comments, well, he grew up around the part where Toronto where there's a lot of Jamaicans. Like, so what? So what?
Give him 3 days so you can avoid frustration. 3 days maximum.
With Drake basically retaining the mindset of a man in his 20s, it explains why Drizzy also doesn't care whose toes he steps on, including sniping someone else's ting. Take, for instance, the story of Naomi Sharon. Unlike Ice Spice, it's believed that she welcomed Drake's advances despite being in an 8-year relationship. To make matters worse, Drake had worked out with her then-boyfriend just days before, only to later post an IG picture after the story.
That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. That's crazy, bro. Like, I don't understand how you niggas is cool with this nigga, bro. This shit is crazy to me. I could never be friends with a nigga like that. Never. I could never. I don't care if Drake walked downstairs in this motherfucking studio right now and say, yo, bro, I'm trying. No, I'll kick his ass the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You gotta go, nigga.
Broke captioned, without remorse, dirty. Imagine having the most beautiful, supportive, and faithful relationship 8 years long with an engagement and wedding planned, her former fiancé, Jamie Sun, said. Then this major opportunity comes and a world star calls your fiancé to sign a record deal, flies you both over, and then, out of nowhere, all the trust has vanished with knives in your back and in your heart. I am no longer with the person people think I am together with. I am no longer with the 8 years I thought I was together with. With someone like Jamie...
And that speaks to your girl, too, bro. That speaks to your girl. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck how much of a superstar this nigga is. You willing to throw away your whole relationship of 8 years. That means that she was pretending the whole time, bro. She was pretending. She used you as a stepping stone. That's crazy work. That's crazy work.
Participating in the music industry at a lower level, Drake clearly had no concerns when it came to trampling over his life to get what he wanted. But even though he got away with just a bit of reputational damage that time, recently, it's become clear that Drake's promise to French Montana about never getting involved with someone else's girl was just talk. Because when you look back, Drake has a habit of bringing women into almost all of his beefs with other rappers. And in the view of one of his biggest supporters and academics, this is where Drake has been a habitual line crosser.
I keep asking people and they're like, yo, listen, man, Drake's a little sloppy with it. All these guys, they share the same crop of girls. It's a thin line between like, yo, these are like the community chicks that we all and yo, you're doing certain to kind of like disrespect.
In Axe View, this has always been a key part of how Drake has operated, long before it led Future to call him a fan on We Don't Trust You. Case in point, just look at why his decade-long feud with CB started.
Imagine how bold Drake was when Drake sends a bottle over there with a note that says, I'm the love of your life. That was supposedly the note. And
yo, come on, bro. This is what I mean. Like, how you niggas defend that nigga? And we don't know if that's actually true or not, but let's say for argument's sake it is. How y'all defend that nigga? I send you a bottle and say I'm fucking the love of your life. And most likely he wasn't. You're like, come on, bro. You can't be serious. I still to this day don't think Rihanna had sex with Drake. I don't care what nobody says. I do not think Rihanna had sex with Drake. Because I can tell when that seen him on stage, she did not want to even be close to that dude. And he's like, oh, I love you. How you know that was Chris Brown's girl or whatever at the time, and you openly on stage at an award show talking about you love her. You a clown. That's some clown shit, bro. I don't care if her and Chris Brown didn't work out, whatever. But still in all, that's some clown shit, bro. That's some clown shit.
right then, beef starts. So Drake is in the club, supposedly with Meek and some other people, and Chris Brown is there, and Drake sends a thing over to be like, I'm the love of your life.
Drake is a savage.
Yeah, you gotta keep the girl away from Drake.
Back when
Drake's not a savage. I wish y'all stopped this, bro. He surrounds himself with people who are like that. He's not a savage, bro. He doesn't even have a gangster bone in his body. He's not a savage. It's just all the people that's around him, they protect him. That's it. He's not a fucking savage, bro. You niggas is wild.
and Chris had some bad blood over Rihanna, the whole thing likely made things awkward at parties, but didn't really spill out onto record or really even enter the public consciousness at the time. But that hasn't always been the case. And much like his dispute over Princess Diana with Future, it was his decision to mess with other people's girls that led his ghostwriting scandal with Quentin Miller to come to light in the first place, in turn creating a narrative that's haunted him ever since.
That's how the whole thing started with even the reference tracks. DJ Drama says, bro, he didn't write that. The guy in my studio in Atlanta, he recorded it and Drake just sang it over. That's how that starts. So two guys who thought Drake their chicks basically created that moment.
But while all of these incidents could have been damaging to his career, if you need to look at how far Drake will push it when it comes to women, look no further than him betraying his very own mentor when he was at his lowest. A story that was brought to light in a bar by Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, the allegations that Drake on Wayne's girl when he was in jail have actually been around for a while. And to Weezy's credit, he's done his best to shoot Drake some bail.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that. That's just how life goes when you locked up.
Man, get the fuck out. I hate when Lil Wayne did that. I really did. Just be honest, bro. I would have been like, nah, I ain't like that fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that. Oh, that's how it goes when you're locked up. You fuck your girl or the girl you, nah. I'm not rolling with that shit. You niggas is bugging the fuck out. I'm not rolling. I'm not that nigga. Hell no. Hell, keep your hands off my chick. Bro, I'm not rolling, bro. I'm not rolling. I'm just not. Because I would never do no shit like that, bro. I don't even look at my niggas' girls. Like, I don't even look at niggas' girls. I don't even try. I try my hardest not to even talk to niggas' girls. If one of my boys come around with his girl, hey, how you doing? And I keep it moving. I don't introduce myself, hey, my name is this and that. Nah, fuck all that. I don't do all that. Nah. And I don't like when niggas' girls introduce themselves to me and their man is standing right there. You don't do that. I think that's disrespectful too. You don't introduce yourself. Hi, my name is no. He introduced you to me. That's how I look at it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I look at it. All that other extra shit, I don't know about that. But Wayne, you tripping, bro.
They'll be texting me and stuff, you know?
However, this is only one side of the real story that never gets reported, because as Weezy disclosed in his autobiography, this actually took a real toll on him. As a man, he wrote, I woke up still feeling messed up about the fucked up day that I had. Hell is what it was. I'm used to arguing with my girl on a daily basis, but finding out that she'd messed with Drake was the absolute worst thing I could have found out. Seemingly happy to backstab one of the people.
Like, just be honest. Like, we got feelings, bro. You're human. This man is supposed to be your boy. Y'all did shit together. He fucked your girl when you were locked up. That's the craziest thing ever to me.
who had done the most for his career, this would point to the sheer depths of Drake's issues when it comes to his addiction. But as for how Drake's addiction manifested in the first place, there's a couple of theories, but both boil down to the same thing. It's his way of getting back at the tough times in his youth, or proving everyone wrong who doubted that a suburban Jewish kid from Toronto could make it big in hip-hop. And during an in-depth conversation on the Joe Budden podcast, they weighed in on how people's perceptions of him influenced his tendency to forget his loyalties and go after women who should be off limits.
Let's have a real conversation about how talk about Drake behind the scenes and how people in the industry talk about Drake and how they view him. View Drake like he's a corny who grew up not getting no and now he got money and now he's able to afford that, right?
Left with a deficit he's now trying to make up for, this explains some of the recklessness in how Drake pursues women. Because for him, it's personal, and a way to further assert his place at the top.
Bottom line is, most of these in the industry that have grown up a certain way don't like that this moves in the fashion he moved because they never had a respect for him.
You just said that a lot of in the industry do that. A lot of in the industry do not try to everybody's. That is not true. You introduce them.
Yeah, that's 100% facts. I don't know why everybody put the ownership on everybody else. Like, well, you niggas think he was corny and now he proving you wrong by fucking all y'all girls. Like, no, nigga. No, that's not the case. Like, what the hell?
A girl extra friendly, smiling.
And he do that
exchanging numbers
19, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 times. And it ain't just rappers. The athletes, the actors, the golfers, the executives, the tech people.
The difference is you might be more comfortable being way more vocal about that you never respected than the other.
While Joe Budden thinks that this is all about how he's been.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. No. The nigga he going around fucking everybody's girl and using his popularity to do it, his fame to do it. You can't say, oh, it's because something else. It's on record. He's been doing this.
Treated in the game and is now trying to get back. Others feel it goes deeper than just rap. According to Nadeska and Ebro, it goes back to how he's been treated by the world as a whole, not just the industry. Because when the world has looked down on him or made him a figure of sad boy memes, being the guy who could steal your girl in a moment's notice is his way of proving himself as the star he always saw himself as.
But again, I don't believe that he can steal your girl at a moment's notice only because of his star power. I think that if he didn't have that, it wouldn't be like that. It wouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think that people have been making fun of him for such a long time that he has really internalized all that. And that dictates the way he probably moves behind the scenes. I'm your girl, and your girl, and your girl, because you treated me like this. You think I wasn't cool enough. He's been holding a lot close to the chest.
Due to social media and people listing all of the people, it was like a list of 40 people that Drake either has problems or has had problems with. Right. The women, the men, the women have decided to be with. At a certain point, you start going, wait, it can't be everybody else, bro.
But above all, it's not just Drake's obvious over-reliance on sex that's the issue, nor even his ruthless backstabbing of his enemies. The real problem is how his behavior and personal circumstances have shaped a negative attitude towards women that threatens to be his downfall. Because from Pusha T to Kendrick Lamar, every time that he's been forced to take an L in a battle is when he comes at someone's spouse or fiance. And in Pusha's view, this goes all the way back to the trials and tribulations of his youth.
Now I gotta dig deeper. What is the real issue with you in marriage? Now I gotta dig in and see, what's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. And he never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this.
Left without a strong role model and instead given a father who's still chasing girls himself to this day in a slightly creepy way, it explains why Drake thinks nothing of getting involved with someone else's girl, nor discrediting someone else's wife. While for someone like Pusha, Kendrick, or even A$AP Rocky, who adopted the Drizzy beef after lines about his wife from For All the Dogs, this wouldn't be an option. In turn, creating the sense that Drake may have plenty of relationships with women, but doesn't ultimately respect them. Left embarrassed by his own actions and with his peers now calling him out, Drake's gotten a serious wake-up call to change his ways. Because if he doesn't, this addiction might destroy his career, his legacy, and maybe even his life.
Yeah, man. The source will be in description. You know what it is. So yeah, man. I believe Drake does have a sex addiction, but I also believe he has to me, is more of a power position. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I can do this. It's like, I could do this and I could do that and nothing you could do about it. I just want to see his face. Like, Drake is an obsessive, compulsive man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what he does. He does things to get, even if he ain't got to get you back, he just feels like this a game and he wants to play. And like, I don't know. I think it's nasty work for you to fuck a nigga's girl. That's nasty. Because everything that man did with that girl, now you going behind him. If you don't know the nigga, that's something different. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know him and she had sex, you have sex with her, okay, cool. But if you know the nigga and you trying to have sex with her, and it's real nasty work that she giving it to you. Like, I don't know, man. But either way, man, that was a great video. Y'all have a good night, man.